just days away from defending that heavyweight title of yours. How are you feeling going into this fight?
I'm feeling confident, ready to go now. It's fight time. Let's go.
Welcome back to another boxing reaction video from me. It's been about 2 months since the last time I did a boxing reaction video. To be quite honest, I haven't been interested in what's going on in the boxing world since Usyk against Tyson Fury. What's been going on? We've got Chris Eubank Jr. against Conor Benn, not interested. Dillian against Joe Joyce, not interested. Bakole against Richard Riakporhe, not really too interested. The reason being is because a lot of these fights which are going on are between fighters who are, for me, these fights feel like cash out fights. They feel like fights between guys who are not going anywhere on world level, but their names, they're just getting these fights together just for a payday, basically. And I'm not really too interested in that. Like, for example, Conor Benn against Chris Eubank Jr. There's no real rivalry there. The rivalry was back in the 90s between their fathers. So I don't understand why they're trying to have this rivalry between the two of them when they don't have any beef at all. And plus, both of them are in completely different weight categories. So I'm not interested in all of that at all. But anyway, let me just go speak about the subject which is at hand. And that is Daniel Dubois quitting for a third time. Now, I know I've put that in the title of this video, but that's what people are saying. Like, if you go on Daniel Dubois' latest Instagram post, you got people all in the comments saying that Daniel, come on, like Joe Joyce, he fought when he was ill, like man up and things like that. And 3 times quitting in a heavyweight fight. And what this person, the person's referring to when he quit against Joe Joyce, when he had that broken orbital bone and he took a knee, when he fought Usyk, he took a knee and it looked like he quit. And one of the things that Andy Lee was saying in the face-off with Joe Parker was that, okay, yes, Daniel Dubois, you're on a bit of momentum. You've good wins against AJ, good wins against Baby Miller, and you've proved your doubt was wrong. But the thing is now, the question that Andy Lee had was, okay, when things are not going right for you in a fight, are you gonna quit, or are you gonna find the drive within you to actually finish that fight? Are you going to quit? And that was the question that Andy Lee put. Because against Anthony Joshua, yeah, things went perfectly well for him. But AJ had that moment there when he clipped him. He clipped Dubois. Dubois kept his composure, and due to Anthony Joshua making a mistake, he knocked him out. And all credit to Daniel Dubois. But then the question that Andy Lee is asking, and also what I'm basically putting out there, if AJ had hit him, let's say, for example, another 2 times, would he have had the fortitude within himself to continue to bite down on his gum shield, fight through, or would he have quit? That is a question that I'm putting out there. But what people are sort of saying, like if you go into Daniel Dubois' latest post and you look at the comments now, people are saying that he wasn't prepared for Joseph Parker. He underestimated him. So he's using the excuse of having an illness to pull out the fight. And I don't necessarily believe that. But I feel in order for Daniel Dubois to beat anyone or to beat a Joe Parker, he has to be 100% confident that he can beat that person. And if Daniel Dubois has any doubts in his mind, I don't think he has the mental strength to actually pull through on fights purely by confidence or finding drive from within. But I'm just looking at this Talk Sport article explaining why Daniel Dubois has pulled out of the fight. And today, 22nd, which is the 22nd of February today, and it's basically under the Beterbiev Bivol fight. And that's going to be an excellent fight. And I'm going to give my prediction in another video for Beterbiev against Bivol. But absolute stacked card. It was an excellent card that I was looking forward to. And I was especially looking forward to Dubois against Parker and, of course, the main event. But that's not going to be happening. So what's going to be happening instead is that Martin Bakole, who is the, how do people call him on social media? He is the undisputed heavyweight champion at Sparring Rumors. This guy's got a lot of sparring stories. The other day I read that he knocked out Daniel Dubois twice in sparring, and he broke Daniel Dubois' nose. He's done damage to AJ in sparring. He's done damage to Usyk as well. So he's the undisputed heavyweight champion in sparring. But as we know, sparring doesn't mean a lot. But anyway, in this article, it says, why is Dubois versus Parker cancelled? So Dubois fell ill and was assessed by doctors who considered whether his participation would be permitted. And following that, he withdrew from the fight. According to Ring Magazine, Dubois was deemed medically unfit to compete by professionals. So professionals have said that he's not fit enough. And let me continue on with this article, and it says, speaking to IFL TV about the dramatic situation and Dubois' current condition, his promoter, Frank Warren, said, it was a very big fight. He trained very hard. But if you don't fight, you don't get paid. Imagine the cost of training camp, booking places, setting the camp up, bringing the sparring partners in, the nutritionists, chefs, trainers, and you don't get paid. So Frank Warren says, we knew he weren't well. When he went to the doctor originally, he was going to have the doctor examine him, give him some medication, but the medication he gave him obviously had to be checked that it didn't have any ingredients on the VADA list. So my question is now, when did they know Daniel Dubois was ill? Because we know he pulled out 2 days before the fight on Thursday. So when did they get all this information? Like, he seemed fine the other day when they had the press conference, but who knows with illnesses. To do that, we got in touch with the Boxing Board of Control. Then a Boxing Board of Control doctor came along and he got a little worse by then. So Daniel Dubois got worse. One of the medicines he was given causes a lot of drowsiness, so that was the end of that. Asked specifically what is wrong with Dubois, Warren replied, he's got a viral infection. Okay, that's understandable. So basically, like, the medication that Daniel Dubois was taking was causing drowsiness, and that was the end of that. So he's saying the reason why Daniel Dubois, from what I'm reading here, and the answer that he gave IFL TV, is that the medication that he was taking causes drowsiness. Now, some people may say, and this is not me saying this, is that Daniel Dubois appears to be drowsy when he's not taking any medication. So can you imagine now Daniel Dubois, who some people say, you know, a bit slow or whatever. Imagine this Daniel Dubois being drowsy on medication. It's not a good combination. So understandable, they're not going to put their fighter in there if he's even more drowsier in the ring.
Daniel, just days away from defending that heavyweight title of yours. How are you feeling going into this fight?
I'm feeling confident, ready to go now. It's fight time. Let's go.
Say, quite a few people have been getting it out here. I remember the last time when we went back from here in December, a lot of people were ill over Christmas. You see, some of these conspiracy theorists, you don't know where their brains are sometimes, if they've even got any. This is typical Frank Warren. Like, why can't Frank Warren just give an explanation without adding all these little extras? He makes extra statements to make the point he's making sound convincing, like he's trying to convince us of something. Like, just say that Daniel Dubois has got a viral infection and that's it. But the conspiracy theorists he's talking about are people saying that Daniel Dubois wasn't ready, Daniel Dubois is scared, and he's made up this illness so that he doesn't have to fight Joseph Parker. So those are the conspiracy theorists, and people are entitled to their opinion. If that's their opinion, that's their opinion. But what Frank Warren is doing here, he's always doing too much now. Oh, the last time people came out to Saudi and during December time they got ill, so if it can happen to them, it can happen to Daniel Dubois. So it's basic logic, according to Frank Warren. But it is what it is. Like, let me know what you think in the comments down. But I'm very disappointed that fight's not going to happen. But we're going to get Parker against Bakole, Martin Bakole. And it's going to be a good fight. It's very last minute, but if Martin Bakole is this boogeyman, as many people like to put, his promoter Ben Shalom likes to say that, Martin Bakole is the most avoided heavyweight in the division and blah, blah, blah. Let's see what happens. I truly believe that styles make fights, and Bakole is obviously a very strong, big heavyweight, impressive win against Jared Anderson on his last outing, and he has advantages when it comes to obviously power and strength. But Joseph Parker, who is one of the kind of smaller heavyweights in the division, great movement, very fast hands, and great conditioning as well. And he's going to pose a lot of difficulty to Bakole that Jared Anderson didn't bring him. So let's wait and see. I personally think Joseph Parker is just going to have too much of a boxing brain to capitulate against Martin Bakole, and I see Joseph Parker winning it on points. I'm not too sure whether Bakole has the conditioning and the strength throughout 12 rounds of a fight, but he has the ability to actually finish it early if Joseph Parker is not, if his head's not in the game. Because you got to remember now, Joseph Parker wasn't preparing for Martin Bakole. He's preparing for Daniel Dubois. So that could have an effect. But let's see. That's going to be an exciting fight. But let me know what your thoughts are in the comments now. Did Daniel Dubois quit for the third time in a heavyweight fight? You let me know. But thank you for watching again. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you on the next one. Peace.